we're now getting some more breaking news. After the Punjab Chief Minister, Mr. Govt had raised questions as to why the US military flights carrying illegal immigrants from India were landing in Amritsar. Now, Government of India sources have explained the rationale behind this decision. As per sources, they say 70% of the people who have been deported out of the USA in the 3 recent flights were in fact from Punjab and Haryana. My colleague Aman Sharma is with us on the broadcast for more on this. Aman, is this supported by data?
Griha, the data that we have obtained shows that in 3 flights have come so far from the US. This was on February 5th, February 15th and February 16th. A total of 333 Indians have been deported via these 3 flights. And out of that, 71% of the people belong to Punjab and Haryana. In fact, Punjab has the highest share of the deportees at almost 126 people out of the 333. That's almost 38% of all deportees. And Haryana has 110, which is almost 33%. So nearly 71% of all deportees which have come in these 3 flights belong to these 2 states of Punjab and Haryana. And this is significant because, the Govt, the Punjab Chief Minister, had questioned that why are these flights not landing in Delhi? Why are they coming to Amritsar? He had even called it an attempt to defame Punjab. And that is this data, in fact, now shows that why maybe these flights have been landing in Amritsar. In fact, we also have information that before these 3 flights came, Griha, 18 flights have come earlier with deportees from the US since 2020, and all of them have landed in Amritsar. That is what government sources are saying, belying what the Punjab Chief Minister has been saying. Also, sources making it very clear that the earlier Foreign Ministry sources had made very clear that in the second 2 flights, February 15th and 16th flight, the women and children were not restrained during these flights. Only in the first flight after it happened, it was raised with the US authorities, but the men are restrained. That's a US policy since 2012. So India can't do much about it. We also have a breakup of, out of the 333 people, Greya, nearly 262 were men and about 42 women, and 19 children, minors, have been deported by the US in these 3 flights so far. So total of 333 people, nearly 71% belonging to either Punjab or Haryana.
When you talk about the US policy in deportation, but they had ended up sending US military aircrafts to Latin American countries from where they were sent back. So why has that handling been different when it is compared to India? What is the Indian authority, are the Indian authorities really saying about that?
Yeah, Grihad, on that, much clarification has not come from India that why India has not sent its own aircraft to maybe get these deportees back. But even on that, they say the US policy is very clear since 2012. In fact, US flights have been coming since ever then. Carrying this, not something new. We had the Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar also explain it on the floor of the Parliament in the recently concluded Parliament session when the first flight have come, and there was a huge furore over it. That this is the US policy that you are restrained, the men are restrained on that particular flight whenever the US flies out deportees. That is the standard policy. But women and children have not been restrained on the flights of February 15th and 16th. That is what Foreign Ministry sources have made it very clear. And this happened after Prime Minister Modi was in the US and met Donald Trump, and Indian government officials had raised that with the US authorities as well.
Right, Aman, thank you so much for all of those details. So the reason why the US military aircrafts carrying the illegal immigrants who belong to India have been landing in Amritsar, as per the Government of India, is because a majority of those individuals hail from Punjab and Haryana.